And I answered and said, If I have found grace in your sight, O Lord, show this to your servant also, whether after death, even now when each of us gives up his soul, we will be kept in rest until those times come, in which you will renew the creation, or whether we will be tormented immediately. And he answered me, and said, I will show you this also, but do not join yourself with those who are scorners, nor count yourself with those who are. For you have a treasure of good works laid up with the Most High, but it will not be shown to you until the last time. For concerning death, the teaching is, when the determinate sentence has gone out from the Most High that a man should die, as the spirit leaves the body to return again to him who gave it, it adores the glory of the Most High first of all. And if it is one of those that have been scorners, and have not kept the way of the Most High, and that have despised his law, and that hate those who fear God, these spirits will not enter into habitations, but will wander and be in torments immediately, ever grieving and sad, in 7 ways. The first way, because they have despised the law of the Most High. The second way, because they cannot now make a good returning that they may live. The third way, they will see the reward laid up for those who believed in the covenants of the Most High. The fourth way, they will consider the torment laid up for themselves in the last days. The fifth way, they will see the dwelling places of the others guarded by messengers with great quietness. The sixth way, they will see how some of them will immediately pass into torment. The seventh way, which is more grievous than all the previously mentioned ways, because they will pine away in confusion, and be consumed with shame, and will be withered up by fears, seeing the glory of the Most High before whom they have sinned while living, and before whom they will be judged in the last times. Now this is the order of those who have kept the ways of the Most High, when they will be separated from the corruptible vessel. In the time that they lived therein they painfully served the Most High, and were in danger every hour, that they might keep the law of the lawgiver perfectly. Here then is the teaching concerning them. First of all, they will see with great joy the glory of him who takes them up, for they will have rest in 7 orders. The first order, because they have labored with great effort to overcome the evil thought which was fashioned together with them, that it might not lead them astray from life into death. The second order, because they see the perplexity in which the souls of the ungodly wander, and the punishment that awaits them. The third order, they see the witness which he that fashioned them bears concerning them, that while they lived, they kept the law which was given them in trust. The fourth order, they understand the rest which, being gathered in their chambers, they now enjoy with great quietness, guarded by messengers, and the glory that awaits them in the last days. The fifth order, they rejoice, sing, how they have now escaped from that which is corruptible, and how they will inherit that which is to come, while they see moreover the narrowness and the painfulness from which they have been delivered, and the large room which they will receive with joy and immortality. The sixth order, when it is shown to them how their face will shine like the sun, and how they will be made like the light of the stars, is being from now on incorruptible. The seventh order, which is greater than all the previous orders, because they will rejoice with confidence, and because they will be bold without confusion, and will be glad without fear, for they hasten to behold the face of him whom in their lifetime they served, and from whom they will receive their rewarding glory. This is the order of the souls of the just, as from now on is announced to them. And announced are the ways of torture which those who would not give heed will suffer from now on. And I answered and said, Will time therefore be given to the souls after they are separated from the bodies, that they may see what you have spoken to me? And he said, Their freedom will be for 7 days, that for 7 days they may see the things that you have been told, and afterward they will be gathered together in their habitations. And I answered and said, If I have found favor in your sight, show further to me your servant whether in the day of judgment the just will be able to intercede for the ungodly, or to entreat the Most High for them, whether fathers for children, or children for parents, or relatives for relatives, or countrymen for countrymen, or friends for those who are most dear. And he answered me, and said, Since you have found favor in my sight, I will show you this also. The day of judgment is a day of decision, and displays to all the seal of truth. Even as now a father does not send his son, or a son his father, or a master his slave, or a friend him that is most dear, that in his stead he may be sick, or sleep, or eat, or be healed. So never will anyone pray for another in that day, neither will one lay a burden on another, for then everyone will bear his own righteousness or unrighteousness. And I answered and said, How do we now find that first Abraham prayed for the people of Sodom, and Moses for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness, and Joshua after him for Israel in the days of Achar, and Samuel in the days of Saul, and David for the plague, and Solomon for those who should worship in the sanctuary, and Elijah for those that received rain, and for the dead, that he might live, and Hezekiah for the people in the days of Sennacherib, and many for many? If, therefore now, when corruption is grown up, and unrighteousness increased, the righteous have prayed for the ungodly, why will it not be so then also? He answered me, and said, This present world is not the end, the full glory does not remain therein. Therefore, they who were able have prayed for the weak. But the day of judgment will be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality to come, wherein corruption has passed away. Intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, but righteousness has grown, and truth has sprung up. Then no man will be able to have mercy on him that is cast in judgment, nor to thrust down him that has gotten the victory. I answered then and said, This is my first and last saying, that it had been better that the earth had not given Adam, or else, when it had given him, to have restrained him from sinning. For what profit is it for all that are in this present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment? O you Adam, what have you done? For though it was you that sinned, evil is not fallen on you alone, but on all of us that come of you. For what profit is it to us, if there has promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death, and that there has been promised continuous hope, whereas we have become most miserably vain, and that there are reserved habitations of health and safety, whereas we have lived wickedly, and that the glory of the Most High will defend them which have led a pure life, whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all, and that there will be shown a paradise, whose fruit endures without decay, wherein is abundance and healing, but we will not enter into it. For we have walked in unpleasant places, and that the faces of them which have used abstinence will shine above the stars, whereas our faces will be blacker than darkness. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we did not consider what we should have to suffer after death. Then he answered and said, This is the condition of the battle, which man that is born on the earth will fight. That, if he is overcome, he will suffer as you have said, but if he gets the victory, he will receive the thing that I say. For this is the way Moses spoke to the people while he lived, saying, Choose life, that you may live. Nevertheless, they did not believe him, nor yet the prophets after him, nor me which have spoken to them, so that there will not be such heaviness in their destruction, as there will be joy over those who are persuaded to salvation.